All right, let's bounce to Klay Thompson, who hit 5 of 11 threes tonight for 21 points, and the Warriors win.
And the mission still is the same, and we're all eager to get to Boston and, play a great game on Thursday.
Marcus
Thompson, The Athletic. Klay, someone who's been here from the beginning, how good does it feel to see other guys play the type of basketball you guys instituted, years ago?
Oh, it's special. I mean, buying in is one of the biggest keys to success in this league. And for what Andrew did tonight, I mean, we don't get more excited than when Wiggs dunks on somebody mean mugs in. That really uplifts the whole team in the Bay Area. And I mean, Jordan Poole was clutch tonight. Gary Payton the second. I mean, I go down the list. We just had contributions from the whole roster.
Anthony on the left.
Do you think this is your best defensive series that you've played in these playoffs?
But doesn't mean anything if I go out there and lay an egg in a couple days or a few days. So I'm just excited to build on it, and wow, just gonna be. I've never been so excited to go to Boston. I'll tell you that.
Ron on the right.
Klay, Ron Krejcik from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Who is the one on
Gary Payton, a little more than a month ago. Gary Payton, a little more than a month ago, obviously had an injury that looked like it could have ended his season. Draymond, by his own admission, played atrociously in Game 3. And it seems like they both sort of personified what you guys did on defense tonight.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you could sort of convey, we've talked a lot about Draymond over the years, but what they each mean to your team defense.
I mean, Gary plays bigger than any other 6'2" NBA player I've ever seen. His vert and his ability to slide in front of the ball, obviously we know where that came from his pops, but his vert is something special, and his improved jump shot has also been a huge weapon for us. And then with Draymond, he got us going early with his pressure and his heart and getting up and down the floor. And Draymond is the heart and soul of this team, and I just love going to battle with those two guys. They are just a gritty, throwback type of players.
Dalton on the left.
Hey, Klay. Dalton Johnson here, NBC Sports Bay Area. The trio of you, Steph, and Draymond now have one more finals win than the trio of Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. To you, right there,
Wow.
What does that stat mean to you? I mean, someone, obviously that knows the game, been around for this long.
It's a blessing. I mean, those three guys are Hall of Famers and some of the greatest to ever play. And I feel like they played my whole life, my whole childhood. So to be in this, just mention the same company with them, that is humbling. And, it won't mean much unless we get another win. So that's awesome. I mean, but it would really add to our legacy if we close this thing out.
Howard on the right.
Howard Beck with Sports Illustrated. Klay, we often ask you guys what it's like to watch Steph when he has a really special night like he did in Game 4. What's it like having to kind of endure when he has this rare, tough night? And is it added stress? Is it, how does it filter out to the rest of the team in terms of rallying around that?
Well, Steph is the best to ever shoot it, and I'll tell you what, everyone in this building, including the fans and those watching, believe the ball is going in when it leaves his fingertips. So we're never stressed or worried about number 30. He has done so much and elevated this franchise to a place where it was hard to even imagine that he has leeway and he can have a bad night. I just know he'll respond. He's one of the greatest competitors I've ever been around, and he is a perfectionist like myself, so I know he'll be thinking about the shots he missed, and that's a good thing because Thursday, hopefully, most of the time he regresses to the mean, and it's scary when he does.
On the left.
Like ESPN, to that same point, tonight's the first time Steph did make a three in a regular season or postseason game after 233 straight games. It's the longest streak in NBA history.
By a long shot.
all-time great shooter like yourself, can you even begin to contextualize what that streak is like?
It's hard to. I mean, the man is a magician with the ball in his hands and really just kind of what's the word? He just kind of redefined what the point guard position's capable of. I've never seen a player who can shoot off the ball screen or the pin down or anywhere like Steph, and I just have been very blessed to share the backcourt with him. I've seen him do so many amazing things that's become routine and expected, but it shouldn't be because he is really a transcendent talent that we'll never see again.
Last couple for Klay. Mark?
Hey, Clay, Mark Medina, NBA.com. Two-parter here. Growing up, what did you learn from your pops about the Lakers-Celtics rivalry? And even though you're obviously with a different team, how has that shaped your experience facing them in the finals so far?
Well, when you face a team with a history like the Celtics, it's awesome. I mean, they've had some of the greatest players to ever dribble a ball, all the way back to Cousy and Russell, to Bird, McHale, Parrish, and you're watching Paul Pierce and Kobe go at it, and now to add to that legacy, and it's great. And growing up, we would watch those games, and you could just feel the tension in the Forum or at the Boston Garden, and I know he looks back on those with just so much joy, as I do too, because the Lakers-Celtics rivalry really built the NBA, you can say, and it's one of the greatest rivalries in the world. So to kind of be able to be a part of that with, Golden State and Boston, it's a new chapter, and it's just awesome to be here. It's like a dream, honestly. Like compared to what I was doing last year in this building at this time of the year, it's a dream.
Last question to CJ.
CJ Holmes, San Francisco Chronicle. Clay, how did your recent retreat on the water get you ready for Game 5 tonight?
Man, that's a great question. The Bay, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, the Bay, it can be cold, but when it's one of those days where it's in the low 60s and the sun is shining, I make it a point to jump in the ocean. I just think the ocean has healing properties that a pool might not have, or a cold tub, and just to be immersed in nature like that, it really makes me happy, and just your whole body feels so great when you get out of that cold water, and it just feel like, honestly, you just feel a little closer to God when you look up at the beautiful skies, and you just in the ocean, like I'm an Aquarius, so I've always loved the water my whole life, and it really is my happy place besides the hardwood.
Thanks, Klay.
No problem.